absolute bollocking for leaving at this time in the morning, but let's go and beat this blank.
Well, welcome back everybody, and welcome to another session, this time on the River Mersey. If the lights in the background haven't given it away, maybe this picture will help. But yes, today I'm fishing Perch Rock. Another thing you may or may not have noticed is how little background noise there is. Not sure what happened, but I've had a nightmare with the microphones, so I haven't got any audio from the camera. So I'm having to dub this over in the office whilst I'm sat editing it up. I'm not quite sure what it was I was saying here. Probably morning, what a ridiculous start that was. Welcome to the Mersey. Today, target is rays. If you've been around for a while, you'll know that previously I set myself a target last year actually of catching a double figure ray. I've still got to hit that. As you'll know, I'm on a run of blanks at the minute. Now, technically it was only 2 different sessions, but split over several videos, so sorry if you're bored to death of seeing me not catch. But essentially, today is redemption day. Setup, I'm using 2 Achios Fury FX420s with pen spin fishers as usual. I've got the power tips on there. Also, I am also using the small lure rod, which I've set up with a 2-hook flapper, and I'm using small baits on there, and that's targeting flatfish, possibly whiting, maybe small bass. At this point in time though, a ship's gone past, dragged a load of weed onto it and pulled me down into the rocks that you can see at the breakwater just behind me, where the stanchion is with the lights on top. So that's currently wedged in the rocks waiting for the tide to recede a little bit, and I'll go and try and recover that. On the 2 larger rods, I'm fishing one with a pulley pennel rig, and on the other rod I'm using a 3-hook flapper with size 1/0 crab hooks. Essentially we're targeting anything that swims today. The main intention for today is to break that blank. And that probably covers everything that I was saying here. The recording, the clip itself was 5 minutes, so I've just saved you from a load of waffle which I've edited out anyway. So, on that note, let's get back to the fishing.
Well, patience is something I'm short of at the minute, but it certainly paid off there. So, managed to recover my lure rod. So, Shimano Sienna 4000, 15 quid reel from Decathlon. It's a Sonic Dominator X 9-foot spinning rod. Lure rod, 15 to 40 grams. Got 20-pound braid running straight through on that to a 30-pound mono as a rubbing leader, and then, like I say, on the end of here, just got some little blingy bits, some size 4 hooks, and I'm just using little pieces of black log. Looks pretty, doesn't it? Well, welcome. It's probably the first time you see my face on this video. It's pitch black, but yeah, that 3-hook flapper is doing the deed, and this might be penance for me saying what I said the other week about the lack of. But there we have it. The smallest dogfish you will see, but a very, very welcome one. So let's get him unhooked. I'll give you a quick show. We'll get him back. Here he is then, and I mentioned in one of my previous videos that I've switched out to crab hooks for my little flapper rigs. That's a prime example why. You can see that twisted gape in the hook point, and it's hooked itself perfectly there. Well, another reason for coming to Liverpool over the east coast is because the east coast is still absolutely snided in that red weed. Unfortunately, I'm still having to deal with the weed. In fact, you can probably see it all out there. But one thing I can safely say I have never caught on the east coast is a rubber. Well, after that manic half hour, I've managed to sit myself down for a minute so I can formally now say all 3 rods out, all 3 rods rebaited, wind's picking up. I switched to my phone so you can see a little bit. It records a lot better in the dark than the GoPros and stuff. And I am going to sit and eat my sausage sandwiches that I made last night. For those asking, I know a few of you are asking, the tip lights are Rig Shark tip lights. One of them's just a standard one. The one on the left, if you haven't seen it, because my hand's wobbling around, is the bite detection one, which, to be honest, if you ask me, it's a bit of a gimme. Not knocking it. If you were fishing, maybe let's say a harbour wall or something like that, fair enough. But as you've probably seen in this clip, it's bouncing around in the little bit of a breeze that we've got. Oh, actually, that was a bite. But when it flashes like that, I find it hard to tell what the rod tip's doing. I'd much rather it stay green like that and me actually see the rod tip moving around rather than just pinging about and making a mess. Maybe I won't eat my sandwiches. So that wasn't the bite. Again, not a bite. It's just too sensitive for my liking. Or at least it doesn't. You tell me if that looks like a bite, because frankly, once it starts flashing, I can't tell whether the tip's actually moving or not. I'm going to say no. Yeah, it's just not moving. I think it's just the wind. Oh, that other one. Oh, that is a bite though. That is a bite. Well, that was a good bite. Picked it up, struck into it. Heavy, 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 dead. That one's the 3-hook flapper as well. So, I'm not quite sure what happened there. It looked to me like a bass bite. In fact, now that we've beaten that blank, maybe we can start to think about what we want to target. So, rays is my #1 target for today. I'm going to do 2 sessions, so another reason for coming over to the Mersey. I know I can fish here at low, and I'm going to fish another spot for high water. Yeah, I'm just watching that bite detection thing now. It's just flashing constantly, but it is just doing that in the wind. But yeah, I missed that bite. It was a cracking bite. So rays is the #1 target. I'm still trying to get over that double figure mark. I'd like a double figure rate. I haven't heard of too many double figure rays in the Mersey. However, I know there are plenty of rays about. Hopefully we can get one of them. And then bass, I've seen quite a few on the Facebook groups and stuff. Quite a few posts with bass. So 3-hook flappers out there. Like I say, that the intention of that was to try and beat the blank. We've done that. So maybe now we can relax a little bit and try and target some species rather than just chucking mackerel baits out and hoping for doggies. And that bite alarm is still just clattering around in the wind. Whoa. Big yellow bastard. Oh. Well, it's been a long time since I run 100 metres. I don't think I'll ever run 100 metres with such a cob in my mouth. Oh. But you always take your litter home with you. Oh, I need to get fit.
So again, no microphones here, but I think we've just passed low water, so it's probably coming up to about 7 o'clock. Low water is at 6:30. As you can see there, that bite detection tip light's still pinging around in the wind. I think I was just discussing the options that we got for fishing for the rest of the day. Usually, perch rock for me means fishing 3 hours down and 1 hour back up from low water. But obviously, I only got there 2 hours before low. So what we ended up doing is fishing it 2 hours up. So I fished till about 8:30 here. I'll be honest, the second hour of the flood was a waste of time. The tide pool just got ridiculous.
Here, look. And I wonder why my knees are knackered. This is what almost 20 stone of man looks like chasing after a plastic carrier bag versus 20 stone of knackered man walking back from chasing said carrier bag. And I wonder why my knees give me grief after a match. I need to get fit, I need to lose some weight. I tell you, all that pressure through my poor old knees. I better sit down for a bit, haven't I? Oh, that plastic bag actually was from this, my Bass smock that I bought. It's not raining, in fact actually it's a lovely morning, but that wind, I mean it's not cold either, but it's been, you know, high 20s, 30 degrees this last week or so, and this week it's really dropped chilly, and that wind, whew, it's bitter this morning. I'm feeling it, treating myself to it because like I said the other week, cod season, I'm going for it, so I want no excuses. No stopping us this winter, no stopping us whatsoever. So don't forget, like and subscribe.
Well, here I am once again, looking all cool and whatnot, but with no mics, to tell you how bad the tide pool got at Perch Rock. No more bites from there, so I had a good couple of rattly bites down at Perch, but only like one dogfish to show for it. So here we are all set up at Brunswick. Brunswick's a spot where I've fished before. I did pretty well at it last time. My current PB raise actually off Brunswick, so hopefully we can set a new record today. Anyway, all set up, slightly different setup as before. So got a pulley panel on one rod and a pulley dropper on the other rod, and on the little lure rod I've actually got that 3-hook flapper that I was using earlier. Two big rods are out at distance with squid and bluey baits, and then the lure rod is just a short chuck off the edge of the wall, and that's just targeting the smaller species, purely trying to get some numbers up on the species hunt for this year. At this point, one of the lads fishing just behind me pulled in a nice little ray, £5 8 ounces, so it's just what you want to see as you've just set up targeting rays.
Right, I've just been chatting to the lads up there, I've come back and this one's gone slack. So let's have a look. Problem is the lads up there have started catching doggies now. Already had one of them today. Oh, no more. No sooner did I sit down on my box as this has just gone slack. Yeah, that's better. Ah, that's better. Oh no, but it is a doggy. Oh no. Look what you've done to me now. Oh, dropped it. Oh. Oh, get up here. That shock leader knot is doing me over. Now then mate, this ain't intended for you. Well, marginally bigger than the other one this morning, but not a great deal. This pair up here, they're like an old married couple. There we go. Well, there you have it, look. The 2-hook flapper without the blingy bit. Nice little 5-bearded rockling for you. So, second species of the day. And they're starting to get plenty of bites now. I just up the roads had a Dover sole. The rod's into a ray. Yeah, that's a bite. Just cast that one out. I looked over and this one's knocking away. Now this one put out almost a whole bluey. Just need to be patient with this because there is quite a bit that's not on a hook. So whatever it is, needs to make sure it's all the way in its mouth. I think we're... That's better. Oh, that's much better. If this is a doggy, it's the biggest one in here, I tell you.
You want it to be a fucking crab about that?
Oh, I tell you what, it's not wanting to come. I don't know if I'm snagged up, you know. I give it a bit of... Oh, I reckon it has got me snagged up. Oh, I definitely snagged up on something. It's still pulling though. I'm just giving... Just leave the pressure on slightly. See if he can't worm me out of it. I don't want to lose a good fish. The fish is still there, it's just not coming. Oh, I don't know what I'm snagged up on. Oh, I think I'm going to have to go for a walk with this one. Let's go for a walk down here a bit. It's still fire, it's still banging away. The fish is definitely still on. Just need to try and... What I'm going to do, give him a load of line and just see if he can swim me out of it.
Did you get it?
Snagged up!
Is it still snagged up now?
Yeah.
Just leaving it, mate?
Yeah, I've given it a load of slack. I've tried walking it both ways, but I'm just going to give it some slack and see if it'll fetch itself out. Right, well, while that one's out there doing whatever it's going to do, because that is a good ray, that. Let's bring this one in, rebait this one. So I haven't changed this one for a while. I've left that clutch set really light, so if that fish does take off out of that snag, it can run. It's not just going to snap him off. Send that out there, look. Away from all my other ones. That one's off and running again. Another ray just coming up there. So probably around £6 mark. So it's taking line slowly. Let's see if it's out of that snag yet. Let's see. Oh, come on. Oh, see, it's still there.
Does it freeze, you know?
No. Keeps taking line, but then just dragging it back into that same spot. I don't know if there's an old rope or something like that hanging out there.
Most of the time, a lot of the people that get it, just get where you are there, do get snagged a lot.
Do they?
Yeah, but I don't, sometimes it might just be down to the angle or what, but like, if he's normally chocker, we go down to the next buoy, you know, the next life buoy.
Yeah.
Down there.
Ah.
Snapped off.
Yeah, I think so. There's definitely no fish left on there. Ah, that was a good fish and all that. Yeah, it was a good fish, that.
Because you had him when that happens, doesn't it?
It's literally, you can see where it's just frayed the hook length off.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to tie a new one on. Oh, that's a kicker. That's a real kicker. That was a nice fish. Oh, just doing that up. Oh, that's better. That's a better fish. Literally just putting that other rig back on. This is kicking as well, so hopefully it's a ray. Hopefully it's not a doggy. Come on, give me a ray. Let's have a ray. What we got? Oh, it's a doggy. Oh, how do they feel so heavy? I tell you, I'm gonna give up and go home in a minute. You greedy little get. Greedy, greedy, greedy little get. Come on, let go. Carnage. Lad's got 2 rods out of the water now. This is his 3rd doggy. Right, let's go back to baiting up, shall we? Right, let's go. Straight out there, look. That'll do. Right then, finally, we're all set up. Back it out. And we are fishing. Both rods or 3 rods in the water. In fact, we haven't changed the bait on this one for a while, so let's do that, shall we?
No.
There we go. Another new species for me, little sole, tiny little fella. And I'm not going to try and bluff it. That came up in my landing net, and I've just helped the lad land a nice little thornback ray. Well, what an absolute bonkers last hour I've just had. Not the best session I've ever had in Liverpool, but not the worst either. Yeah, there you go, 2 sessions in one video. The blank is well and truly broken. No rays, but I'm going to try and plan a long weekend. It possibly looks something like Friday Bristol Channel, Saturday Chisel Beach, Sunday South Wales. So there could be a lot of species to be had in that session. I need to go back down to Chisel and I need to beat that blank. I can't have that on my record. Big trip, fingers crossed. Just need to get that signed off by the boss. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the video. Thankfully there was more fish in it than the previous couple of videos. Thanks for watching, and until next time, take care of yourselves and tight lines.